So mention your name and then you propose that this meeting can start.
Okay. My name is Abraham Ajiboye, course rep for HRM, and we propose that the meeting can start while some are yet to join. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. So we'll be doing this, and then when we are done, we go through the same procedure. When we are done, we will need somebody to second the motion. Okay. Like I said, I'm Fred Amankwa Safo, and I'm going to be your lecturer for this semester. I'll start with the course outline. So let me share the course outline, in the course outline and share. So I'm going to share the course outline with us now.
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this is the Faculty of Computing and Information System, and this is the Institute of Continuing and Distance Education, ICDE. I'll be sharing the course outline with you.
Okay.
My
Please, it's
numbers
like the background is a bit blurry, like dark, so we cannot see the writings clearly.
can't see the writing because the background is black.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think the is that Photoshop or something? So
No, it's not a Photoshop. It's wet. It's just the background is dark because.
yeah.
But if you see, it shouldn't be any problem seeing this. You have a problem seeing it? You have a problem seeing it?
Okay, it's okay. I think because the way I turn my phone, but it's okay now. So
Okay, it's okay. All right. If you are using your phone for the lecture, get a laptop. Okay.
yes.
So my mobile number is here. My email is here. You get the course outline. This is basic computer applications and end user computing. And this is the course code for level 100. Okay, so it's a 3-semester course. The course description, this is to introduce us to the foundational concepts. And I'm sure that we all are not too unfamiliar with computers. And what we are going to do now is to situate our knowledge in the computing in academic settings so that we can use the knowledge we acquire and improve on what we already know. So the concept of computer systems and end user computing, we're going to provide you with some practical knowledge. That's why I asked that you should come with your laptop. You cannot be doing computing when you are using a phone. Of course, a phone is a computer, but what we are going to do, the practical skills and knowledge you are going to acquire would need laptops. Your skills in computer hardware and software applications, operating system, your digital literacy, how to manage your files, and also the application of information technology in businesses and in organizational settings. So since you are procurement, are you procurement or human resource?
Human resources.
Okay, so we have to look at it from human resource. So procurement, human resource, any other. In fact, for computing, it cut across. So this should be in human resource HRM rather than procurement and supply chain. So human resources, because I want to do it in such a way that it resonates with what you're already doing. Human resource management. Okay, so we're going to also explore some emerging technologies, because yes, you can know the computer in and out, but the emerging technologies, artificial intelligence, you're going to use artificial intelligence even as we are here, cloud computing, digital transformation, and how they are impacting on modern organization. And that for human resources, I did human resource for my first degree, so it is something that whatever the world is doing, whatever you're using the computers for, the computers are done by humans. They are used for humans. So we need to appreciate that. By the end of this course, we expect that as students, we should be able to explain the concepts and importance of computers and information technology. You should also be able to differentiate between the various types of computer systems and their components, identifying and explaining computer hardware and the peripherals, and of course, describe this computer software, operating system software, and application software. You should also be able to explain what data means, what is data, and words are contextual. Words are contextual means that the meaning of a word depends on the context of use. So what is data? What is information? How data will be explained in journalism, for example, will be different from how data will be explained in computing. Information, digital literacy concept, we'll go through that. We'll also be able to demonstrate our competencies using common applications, software, and end user computing. So if you are not here with your computer, that will be difficult for you to be able to demonstrate. And if you are not able to demonstrate, I will not be able to give you the math because what would I be using to determine whether you have gained the competency? So please, whatever it is, get a laptop. We'll also be able to analyze the role of computers into now it is in human resource management. The role of computers, the role computers play in human resource management. And there are a number of them. And then how we apply digital technologies ethically. Yes, there is a growing use of information technology, emerging technology, and artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, blockchain. All these things are being utilized. But our interest is that you have to use it ethically and responsibly, especially in our organizational settings and organizational environment. As human resources, you will be in charge of people who managing the people in the organization. So if you yourself you are not using it ethically, it will be difficult to implement ethical and responsible use of these digital technologies. We'll also be able to demonstrate how to effectively manage your files. So file management and then data protection techniques. We'll start right away from here. And then finally, you should be able to evaluate the emerging technologies and how they impact on businesses. So this is basically what we're going to do for the semester. For the course itself, it's going to provide you with a broad understanding of computer technologies and end user computing. So you learn how computer systems function, how information is processed, and how digital technologies support decision making and organizational performance. So we are going to combine theoretical concepts with practical applications. If you were in class or in the lab, we should do it. But since we are online, we should also be able to show or upload and share our content so that we understand that you also appreciate these things. So we're going to do this within the human resource management environment and equip you with essential digital competencies that are required in modern workplace. we expect you to be able to demonstrate digital literacy, use computers effectively, computer application effectively in your organization and also in academic settings. So you have to show that right away. Before we end it, you have to show that in academic settings, you can effectively use the various applications and apply information technology solutions in business to solve business problems. Of course, we evaluate emerging technologies and how they impact on organization performance and the tools required to support. So now this is going to be HRM activities. Okay. How many weeks do we have for the semester?
10, please.
10.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I have a 10-week teaching schedule for the semester. 10-week teaching schedule. And week 1 today, when we are done with the course outline, when we are done going through the course outline, we will go straight away to week 1, which is to introduce us to computers and information technology. So we'll look at things like meaning of computers and IT in general, how the computers evolve, evolution of computers. What are some of the characteristics of computers? When we say something is a computer, what do we mean? Like I said, we know, but we really need to put it together in academic settings to be able to answer questions. This is to satisfy the GTech and then the university requirement as well. We'll look at the importance of computers. We'll look at the importance of computers in organizations and its application in business or in HR in organization. At the end of each lecture, we'll have assignments. So every week there will be assignments. If you do the assignments, you're going to gain because it will help you to appreciate and learn or go over what we have done. So for the week, we have explained 5 ways computers have transformed organization and give practical example from Ghanaian. Okay, let's make it HR. Okay, you are just starting HR, so let me leave it as Ghanaian and Ghanaian businesses. Week 2, we'll look at types and components of computer systems, classification computers. Is it by size? Is it by purpose? There's a computer, and also there's a computer system. So what is the difference? We need to look at it. The hardware, software, people, procedures, and data. Computer applications in organizations. And then I wish we could do that, but I'm sure that most of you are already working. So look at your organization, sort of visits, you'll take a look at what is happening within your organization and identify the different types of computers and computer systems that are being used and then prepare a report. So we have to come to us that in your organization, this is the type of computers that you are using. We'll go through, we'll show you how to do these reports. Week 3, we'll look at computer hardware. We'll go into more details into computer hardware and peripheral devices. What are peripheral devices? So input device, output device, processing devices, the storage devices, communication devices, and the application of hardware in business operations. So for that week, you're going to identify 10 hardware devices in your institution and explain their importance, their functions and importance. Week 4, we'll look at computer software. So week 3 is computer hardware. Week 4, we go to more details in computer and softwares and operating systems. What are they? So system software, application software, utility software, operating software licensing, emerging software technologies. So we have an assignment to compare proprietary software and open source software. So these are types of software, and then provide 5 examples of each and discuss their advantages and disadvantages. Week 5, when we are getting to the middle of the semester, we are going to look at operating system software, operating systems and file management. So we are really diving into the computers, the functions of operating systems, types of operating systems, file and folder management, storage management, backup and recovery techniques, and data security practices. All these are important if you are to be able to use computers well. Computers have a lot of advantages, but when you don't use it well, it can also create a number of challenges to organizations. So the creation of a file management plan. What is file management plan? So this will be for HR, sort of procurement, for HR department, for an HR department, HRM departments, and explain how data can be secured and backed up. Then week 6, data, information, and digital literacy. So the concept of data and information as it pertains to computing, information processing cycle, characteristics of data, quality information, digital literacy, and ethics in information and security. So we're going to collect some data from an organization and explain how this data is transformed into information for decision making. Week 7 will go to some productivity software and end user applications. And so now we are coming to how human beings are going to use the computer. The first part of it is looking at what the computer is, what the computer can do, the functionality, the challenges. So now that you know what the computer can do, in week 7, we are looking at some applications, productivity application. What is a productivity application? So word processing applications, spreadsheet. Word processing is like MS Word. And spreadsheet application, that is Excel. We go to, this is basic. So look at some basic applications, use of Excel, then presentation software, and PowerPoint software from Microsoft. We're going to use Microsoft software because that is what is available. There are several types of them, but in Ghana, most organizations are using Microsoft. If you have an iOS tool, the differences are not much. So you have to draw and explain the structure of a computer network using university or any big business organization. And so our emails, computer network, that is computer network. So there you are preparing a report, right, at week 7. In week 8, we are looking at computer network and internet technology. So now you know how to use the applications. But so long as you are on this platform, it means that you're already 50% or even more of understanding and appreciating some of the things we are going to do. Because to be on Zoom, to be able to apply to the university and get admitted, it means that you are not an ordinary person. You are a great person. We are going to have computer network. So what is network? What is internet? What are the technologies within the internet space? We're going to introduce introduction to networking. There are types of networks and the internet and web technologies. We go into details. How email system work, cloud computing, and cybersecurity basics. So on that week, we are going to have to draw and explain the structure of a computer network used in the university. That will be our assignment. Week 9, getting to the end of the semester, there will be applications of computers so this will be in human resource management. So electronic HRM, call it. I have to look at this again, but I have to look at this again as it pertains to human resource. So I'll come back on the HRM. Finally, we'll look at emerging technology. So let me make this one. Okay. We'll look at emerging technologies and then we'll go to the revision, preparing ourselves for the examination. So artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, blockchain, robotics and automation, digital transformation, and then we'll review the course as we had done. We're going to have a project as well, a group project, essay on artificial intelligence and blockchain technologies and how they are transforming HRM over the next decade. HRM over the next decade. So this is by way of introduction and weekly programs and projects that we are going to do. Our teaching and learning methods, we're going to have very interactive lectures. It means that this is university. So when we come here, you are also part of the teaching and learning. You'll be contributing to the discussion that is ongoing. So be prepared. If you come to class, you need to talk. You cannot come to class for 2 hours and never say anything. If you don't say anything, it means that it's going to go against you. We cannot really see you as having an A. If you want to have an A in this lecture, you need to be part of the discussion. Join the conversation. So it's going to be very interactive. We're going to demonstrate practical sessions. Although we are having online practical session, you have to also share your slide or your document and also demonstrate how you are using the application that we are talking about. There'll be case studies, so you yourself, either in your organization or go online and get a case study as how HRM departments or human resources are using computers to achieve the objective. There'll be group discussions as well. A time will come, we'll have to debate. We're going to have a colloquium where we'll take 1 hour or 30 minutes, and then there'll be an issue for us to interact and debate among ourselves. So I'll be a moderator, or probably you can even pick one of you to be a moderator whilst we observe how you do this group discussion. And there'll be laboratory exercises. I don't know how this will be taken, but we can still do it online. Exercises mean that when we have a question, you have to share your slide and let's see. So you'll be doing it on your at your end, and then when we are done, you share your slide and tell us what we are. And then there'll be independent or individual research work. I also put industrial visits here. I'm not sure Sunday's class how we are going to do it, but it's an important thing. But you are also, if you are working, it's also very good. You have to use your organization as your industrial visit. If you don't have organization, then you also have to find a way of visit an organization. Go and see how the HR is doing it. You can take a letter from the office that you want to visit a particular organization, and we'll give you an introductory letter so that when you go to the HR and interact with them, ask them some few questions, how they are using computers to solve the problems and their challenges. By way of assessments, this course is going to have, it's 2 types. We have the class assessment and then the final examination. So coming to class early. If it's 1 o'clock, we start at 1 o'clock. We don't come at 1 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, we should be here. The class starts at 1 o'clock. Today is the first day, so even as we started, there were a number of you who were not in class. So there'll be class assessment, attendance and participation in class will give you 10%. So just coming to class and letting us know that you are in class by way of answering questions, asking questions, contributing, sharing your view, agreeing or disagreeing. This is university, so you can agree with your lecturer, prove it. Just we are all doing it with respect. So agreeing with or disagreeing or making a point or telling us, summarizing what you think you understand or anything that is of. There'll be individual assignments. The list of assignments I gave you. Every week you have an assignment. So if you do all the 10 assignments, you have 10 marks. Midterm examination, yes, I'm looking at group presentation. So we may combine the midterm examination and the group presentation. That will be, I think, are we going to have an in-person meeting?
Yes,
on the
please.
day we have on the day we have in-person meeting, we may want to combine, but that depends on how the class goes. If the class is attentive, we'll determine whether we have a midterm exams, and then we get a group project presentation. So the group will have a presentation, two forms, one be done in Word and another in PowerPoint. The PowerPoint one will be groups, and then you come and do a presentation. We'll meet at the main campus. I think it will be at the Florence Oni auditorium, and then we'll do the presentation. The final examination would consist of will be 60%. So we have the classwork, which is 40, and then 60%. The 60% will be in 3 sections. Section 1 is going to be this is level 100. So we're going to have 30 multiple choice questions for section A, 30 multiple choice questions for 30 marks. Then we have section B, which will be filling in the blanks. This is 20 questions, and you have to answer both questions. Section A and section B, you are required to answer all the questions. So answer all the questions for 50 marks, A and B. And then the section C will also be 50 marks, 50 marks. And there'll be 5 questions. You are answering like this is level 100. So there'll be 3 questions, 3 or 5 questions. I'm not sure how to go, but between 3 and 5. But question 1 is compulsory. So you answer question 1 and any other question. So probably 3 questions. You answer question 1, and then between question 2 and 3, you choose 1 and answer. So you are going to answer in section B, you're going to answer only 2 questions. Section A and B, you're answering all the questions, the multiple choice questions, and then the filling in the blanks. And then finally, section C, which will be 3 questions. You answer question 1 and answer any other question. It is either that way, or you answer 3 questions, you answer question. When it is 5 questions, you'll be answering three questions. Question 1 is compulsory for everyone, and then you answer 2 other questions. But let's see how this goes. Okay, so this is by way of our course outline. There are a number of resources, textbooks and journals and things that you can use. And these days, most of the things are already online. You are in the best time to be educated. This is the best time to go to the university, because the internet has a lot of information. Your phone is with you. In our time, there are no phones. So you have to go to the library and get it. These days, your library is in your hand. If you have a smartphone, it means you have a library. So these are the principles of information system, managing information system, discovering computers. All these will speak more on computing and end user or user applications. Okay. So this brings us to the end of our course outline. We've gone through the course outline for 30 minutes. I think it's enough. Any question on this? Any observation? Any comments? Yeah, Abraham, classroom. Any comments?
Yes, please. For now, not really, but when it comes to the PowerPoint presentation that you mentioned earlier, let's say we are in groups and then we are not able to meet the time, because I think this semester the face-to-face meeting is only once. That will be the latter part of the semester. So, and we are not able to meet the time. What will the rest be doing? Or we'll do it online or something?
Okay, thank you very much. It's a very important question, and thanks for the question. Yes, we'll have it. We'll have it on a Sunday. We'll come to campus. So probably we need to arrange with the next. After you have another lecture today.
Yes, please.
After this, so 2 issues. In the morning, we don't have lectures, so probably we all have to sacrifice our time and come early. So instead of starting at 1, we may want to start at 10. So if you start at 10, if you start at 10, or we should be able to get it.
Yes.
And then everyone will speak for about maybe 20 minutes. Every group will speak for about 20 minutes. So how many do you say we are? So even if you are 20, is that 18, right?
We are 18 years. So if we have, let's say, 2 groups or 3,
no, we are going to have 18. The group work is going to be 18. If it's 3 in a group, if you have 3 people
so
in a
6
group,
groups here.
We're going to have 6 groups. 3 in a group. We're going to have 6 groups. So if everybody is speaking for about 20 minutes, and we have maybe say 5 minutes for questions.
Okay.
5 minutes for questions. So let's give ourselves about, if it's 30 minutes, 30 minutes times. So that will give us 6 groups, right? So 3 times 6 is 180. So 180 is about 3 hours, right?
3 hours.
So if we give ourselves, give and take, about 3.5, 4 hours. If you start at 10, so everything must be planned. If you start at 10 or 11, by 2 we should be done, and then you can go to the next. When we are coming for the presentation, it will be recorded, so you have to dress appropriately. It will be the first time we are meeting in person, so there are a few things that, but when we are getting there, we'll discuss. So thank you. We all have to present. There's no point that you cannot present. 3 in a group, we can end it, and we go through. We are going to do PowerPoint. We are going to show how to use the PowerPoint to create the presentation slides. So that will be done. All right. Thank you very much. Abraham. Yes. Not Ibrahim. Nimatu. I hope that that's the right pronunciation of your name.
Yes.
Abraham, who's your assistant?
Mr. Steven Jacob.
I'm around, sir.
Okay, all right. Nimatu Ibrahim.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Okay. You have any question, any additions, subtractions, any comments on this?
Sir, for now? No, for now.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Enchi. Ofori. Wow. Okay, Opokuya, your mic is on. Opokuya Philemon.
Hello, sir. Doc.
Yes,
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ofori. How are you? Ofori, how are you?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. How are you?
Please, I'm fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Let's hear you. Were you paying attention?
Yes, please. Yes, please. I'm having challenge with my network.
Were you paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any comments, contributions, additions, subtractions, questions?
No, sir. Please, actually, for now, I'm okay, sir. All
right. Thank you very much. Beatrice, please come with your full name.
Sir, thank you too. Thank you.
Beatrice, you are here. We need your full name here. Beatrice, we have Felix, we have... Okay. So we are going to agree on this course outline. So if there are no more questions, if there are no... and if there's anything worrying you, please don't hesitate to let us know. This is a democratic dispensation. So if you think that there are some things we should have added and we didn't add, you should let us know. If you think that there are things we have added that you think is not important, you should take it away. Yeah, Felix, your mic is on. You want to say something? We can hear you from the background. Felix Amazrovi, I hope I've not massacred your name.
It's fine, sir. Good afternoon, Doc.
Good afternoon. Amazrovi Otoyo. Well.
Yes, please.
Okay, Felix, let's hear you. You have
so I just want to know whether the course overview will be placed on the LMS for us.
Yes. We'll do that. We'll do that right away. We'll do that right away.
All right, sir. Thank you.
It will be on the LMS after the course, together with the what do you call it? With the PowerPoint.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yakubu Musa Abdul Ghaffar.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have a question?
No, sir.
Okay. Your name will be mentioned so that, and it is being recorded. So because online class, what happens that students log in and then they throw the phone somewhere and continue doing what they are doing. They don't pay attention. So we'll be mentioning your name. So let's know you have only 2 hours. So attention span for 2 hours. You have to put everything on hold. You guys, you are lucky. I mean, I keep saying that it's the best time to go to school. Now there are opportunities to have online classes. Many years ago when we were in school, you couldn't have online. If you want to come to school, there was no weekend class for you to even attend. So you should know that the opportunities are being given you. In the next 4 years, you'll be graduates, whether you did it weekend, online, or whatever. The most important thing is that you have met the requirements of GTech and the university, and you are graduated. The same certificates. You are still a graduate, and people move on from here to do their masters and even do their PhD. So don't give up on yourself and be attentive in class. Not for this, for all the courses that it's being done. Okay. All right. So if there are no contrary opinion and this is acceptable, can somebody move for the acceptance of this course outline as our course outline for the semester?
Doc.
Yes.
Doc. Good afternoon.
Yeah, what? Good afternoon.
Please, this is Beatrice.
Beatrice.
Yes. Please.
Okay, Beatrice, let's hear you. Beatrice, you have to add your full name. Beatrice alone is not enough. Add your full name.
Okay, please, I'll do that. I normally use my phone to log in, but this time around I'm using the laptop. That's why the name
No,
is...
just right click on your name. It will drop down rename, and then you can add it. You can add it to it. Yeah.
Okay,
phones are okay, but please for this course, you have to be here with your laptop or your computer.
Okay, sir. Okay,
all right.
Sir.
Thank you very much, Beatrice.
Okay, sir, please.
Okay, so Beatrice, whilst you are at it, you want to say something?
Yes, my humble plea. Please, I would want you to rather change the background of the Word documents we are using.
We are not going to use all this. This is for the Word document. We are going to go to PowerPoint, so it will be okay. No worry.
Okay,
when I send it to you and you open it on your machine, it will come.
Okay, please. Okay, thank you very much.
When it's a white background, I get so much glare on my eyes, and it's affecting me. That's why I'm doing this. Is after this one, from the next of the next minute slide will not be like this. So don't worry. The slides will not be like this. So don't worry. So once you are at it, and if you don't have any other comment, can somebody move for the acceptance of this course outline for the semester? So just mention your name, Beatrice, and your surname. On behalf of the class, you move for the acceptance of this as our course outline for the semester.
Okay, so sir, please, in the absence of any other alterations, I move for the acceptance of the course outline. Thank you.
For the semester.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Anybody to second Beatrice's motion for the acceptance of this as our course outline for the semester? Beatrice has moved. Can we have anybody to second the motion?
So please, I second here, sir.
I means who?
Maybe Steven.
Stephen Jacqua. Okay, so Beatrice has moved for the acceptance, and then Stephen Jacqua has seconded the motion. So thank you very much. I'll be sending the course outline to you after the class. So let's
Thank you,
stop
sir.
sharing and then we can now share our first lecture. And so we have about an hour and 15 minutes to go. Let me share the PowerPoint. There's the PowerPoint relational. I'll go to my ICDE folder, CDE folder, then basic computer application and end user computing. Assignment 1. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. What happened? Okay, so can we see the screen? Can you see the shared screen?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
please.
Yes.
Okay, so Beatrice is no more dark, right?
Yes, sir. It's okay, please.
Okay, all right. So we are
Thank
going
you
to
so
go
much.
to Institute of Continuing and Distance Education, BSc Human Resource Management, and we are looking at computer applications and end user applications. So our lecture outline will begin with computers, introduction to computers and technology. We'll look at types and components of computers, computer systems. So there's computer and also computer systems. Then we have the hardware and the peripherals, like we mentioned in the course outline, computer hardware, computer peripherals, devices. And then we look at software, computer software and operating systems. We'll look at data, information, and digital literacy, and then applications of computers. So this should be human resource. The difference is not that much. I just have to make it. This is for human resource. I just have to make it. And then application of computers in human resources, digital technologies, and business operations. So our objective is that at the end of the lecture, the end of this unit, we should be able to explain the fundamentals of computers and information system concepts, information technologies concepts, identify the different types of computer systems and their components, and describe the computer hardware, computer peripheral devices, and differentiate between the software categories. So what are the software categories and operating systems? We should also be able to explain the relationship and the similarity between data, information, and knowledge, and demonstrate that demonstrate our digital literacy competencies, evaluating computer applications in human resources. Okay. I said the class is very interactive. You have your phone. Your phone is your library, and you can go to any platform to get any information. So when the question is asked, it's not what you know, it's what you can also research and tell us. So in academia, we are always doing research. Research means that we are going to look for what somebody has done. So by way of overview, we've seen computers and digital technologies as a very transformative concept that is turning human resources, supply chain. Every organization is increasingly depending on information systems. And to have information system, the first point of call is computer. So it's helping organizations to improve their efficiency, to even make decisions. To make a decision whether you'll be here or not be here are all part of the use of computers. So enhancing decision making, it also helps us to reduce operational costs. Look at us having a lecture online. Everybody is in the comfort of the room. Now it is raining. So if we're going to come to the office, we're going to come to campus, look at the amount of money we use for fuel, for transportation, the inconveniences and all of that. So in organization also, it is helping to reduce operational costs. For us, the organization, the institution is also, university is also an organization. And our operation is teaching and learning. So see how we have been able to reduce our operational costs, even just for today, because of the use of computer. It also helps to strengthen competitiveness. So if you're an organization and you're not going to depend on computers, it means that other organizations are using computers. So to be competitive, you need to depend on computers. So computers have become very fundamental. So this unit is to help us introduce the concept of computing, information technology, hardware, software, data management, and our digital literacy. So what are the practical applications of digital technology in human resource? So we're going to prepare you effectively in modern digital environment. So now, introduction to computers and information technology. What is a computer? I said the class is very interactive. There are 6 people who are not here. There are 6 people who are not here, so it means that they will not be part of it. If you don't come one, the 10% you won't get. There are 6 people who are not here. Thank you. Yes. What's a computer? Tell them, those who are not here, tell them if they don't come, they will not gain. In fact, the 10 marks of coming to class, you have to come all the 10. If you don't come, you need to give a good excuse, and your excuse must be before the class starts. So tell the class rep, and the class rep will have to prove it, that you cannot come because of this reason or that reason. Then yes, you can get it. If you don't give us any excuse, any tangible excuse, and you don't come to the class, then you will not get the 10%.
Yes, please.
All right. So Beatrice Tefa.
Yes,
No wonder I wanted you to come with your full name. My son is here. My son is also Ifa.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Beatrice. Let's hear you. What's a computer?
A computer is an electronic device that processes raw data into meaningful information.
All right, very good. It's there. Computer is an electronic device. But when you say electronic, what do you mean by an electronic device? And again, let me make this point that in university, every word you use you must understand every word. If you don't understand the word, you look for it. When you say something is an electronic device, what does it mean?
Say in my own understanding, I know that an electronic device is any machine or device that uses electricity or uses
Okay, all right.
yeah,
External source of energy.
any external source of energy. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, okay. But in academia, we prefer not so much of what, for what you know, yeah, we know it. But in academia, we want you to refer according to ChatGPT, according to this person, according to this research, according to this study. Then we know that you are speaking academically. But it is fine to share your opinion. As we go along, we build our concept. We need to learn and unlearn some few things. We build our concept as to how to move around it. Okay, so a computer is an electronic device, as Beatrice said, that accepts data as input, processes this data according to some instruction. The instruction must be stored in its own memory, and then you store this information for future use and also for present use. So if you look at a computer, then we are looking at a programmable electronic device. So you hardly would have everybody agreeing on even what a computer should be. So there are several definitions, but they all point to one direction. And if I put all these definitions together, then I'm looking at a programmable electronic device that accepts data. So designed to accept data as input and process this data according to these logical and arithmetic operations, and efficiently storing the data and also producing information as output for decision making. So that will put it in context of what we are discussing. Every computer, all computers have some characteristics. Characteristics are the what would show. If you see these characteristics, then you will know that this is a computer. So every computer has speed because whatever we were going to use at our individual level, you may have to do it quickly. Computers will do. Without computers, we were doing everything. And some organizations, some people were successful even when they didn't have computers. You could write a letter, you could write it and post it. It is still communication. You are sending, but the speed at which or the speed at which this will be done is what a computer is bringing up. So computer, one of the characteristics is that it can be used to perform activities in a very quick manner, rather than asking for 20 times 30 and now doing long division or calculations. The computer will do it within a second. So speed and accurate. Computers are very accurate. Whatever that you are doing, if you are writing, we can make mistakes. Even spelling and all that you do, you can make mistakes. Computers are accurate. They are not human. They are not thinking. They don't have anything to worry about. As for humans, we have a lot of things. Whilst you are working, you are even thinking about being hungry. You want to eat, or somebody has infuriated you, so you can be hungry, you can be angry, you can be sad, you can be happy. All these can also affect your efficiency. Then computers also help in automation. So if you look around, there are a lot of automation going on. That is what computers will do. And these days with artificial intelligence, automation has even become more precarious, where now machine learning, you are having driverless cars, our factories are all moving into automation, a lot of things. If you want to send money, look at you on your phone, you can send money and receive money. If you go to the airport, rather than they looking at your opening your bags and looking at things, they put it through scanners and then they show whatever is in there. So everything has become so efficient, and computers can be reliable. You can rely on a computer. You can't so much rely on a human being, because for human beings, our systems, our beliefs and our activities will change. Computers can also store storage capacity, huge storage capacity, and then it is versatile. Versatile means that it can be used for various many other activities that one human being cannot do. So these are the characteristics of a computer. Okay, all right. So putting all these together, you can say that a computer is a cohesive whole. So each of these perform at least one component of the computer. All of these are working together to achieve it. So when it comes to a system, then computers are also, computer is a system, right? A system is a collection and assemblage of components, different components that work together to achieve an objective. So you can have a car as a system, you can have a human being as a system, and every system also has subsystems. Subsystems are different. When you take a human being, your head is a system, the whole body is a system, but the head is also part of the system. Your eye alone is also a system because they are components that are working together to achieve a particular objective. So every system, computer system, will go into the subsystem that facilitates and interaction among themselves, these components for specific purpose. So you have a system, the keyboard is a system, the mouse is a system, the monitor is a system. When you open the computer, you also see so many other systems, the motherboard, all of these are working together, interconnected with the system to enhance functionalities and operations. All right. What are the characteristics of a computer? What are the characteristics of a computer? Who has not spoken here? And you have to speak. Vida. Vida. Yes, Vida here. And I will mention your name so that we know that you are in class, rather than you just log in and taking off. Is Vida here, Vida? And no, I hope that's the right pronunciation of your name. Yes, Vida. You should be giving us a brief about yourself. Those who are spoken, you didn't tell us what you do, where you work, what's your claim to fame. Is Vida here, Stephen? So Vida is not in class.
Sure, please, I'm here.
Okay, Stephen, let's hear you. What are the characteristics of a computer?
All right, so please, I would like to mention three characteristics.
Yeah. Tell us a little about yourself, Stephen. What do you do? Where do you work?
Please, I sell wood and then cement as well.
You do what?
I sell wood. I sell.
You sell what wood?
Wood, cement, and doors.
Ah, you are into hardware.
Yes, please.
Wood, cement, and what? Doors. Where?
Kwashima.
Okay. You are not being affected by the rains, right? The Kwashima, the junction there, right? Kwashima junction.
Yeah,
if you are from Malam, so you guys are the right side of it, right?
From Malam, we are on the left side.
On the left side from Malam, Kwashima Wood. Okay.
From Malam, yeah.
Okay, so from the Kwashima junction towards the Banya, is it Banya you call the place?
Yeah, Banya. We are
so you are close to the Eco Bank, but is there Eco Bank there or something?
Yeah, there's an Eco Bank there.
Okay, all right. Let's hear you, Stephen. It's good. It's good you've taken up dedication. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please, I would like to speak about three characteristics of a computer.
Okay, three characteristics of a computer, yes.
Number one,
go online and get it.
Sorry?
I say you can always go online and get it. Yes, go ahead.
All right, sir. So with a computer, you have a storage. One characteristic.
Computers have storage, yes.
Storage. And then number two, the speed of the computer count.
Okay,
and then number three is
Number
three is the reliability.
The what?
The reliability of the computer is very reliable.
The reliability. They're reliable. Yes, computers are so reliable, not like humans, right?
Yes.
Humans are not reliable. You can't rely on human beings because tomorrow their mind can change.
Sometimes you can rely on human beings to a certain point, or there's a limitation to the reliability.
So certain point. That for computer, there's no certain point too. It's every point. Human being, the person goes to church and the pastor says something and that bingo, he changes his mind. What would you do? But computer, you can't convince computers like that. All right. Okay. So that's it. Reliability, speed, and accuracy, right?
And storage rather.
And storage, reliability, speed, and storage. Okay. So you can't store too many things in your head. You forget about them. All right. Thank you very much. Sure. But this is what we talked about. You can also add something. You go online, go to ChatGPT or any any platform and then tell us. Just say that according to this. All right, Stephen, thank you so much for that. Abraham,
Hello,
your
sir.
mic is still on.
Yeah,
You want to say something?
Vida said she could hear you, but because of her network, she could not contribute. She just messaged me.
Okay, that's okay. All right. All right. So yes, anybody? So Stephen has given us 3: speed, reliability, and storage. What are the other characteristics of a computer? Yes, Queen Fabiana, is Queen here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, let's hear you. What are the other characteristics of a computer?
Good afternoon, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
so,
good afternoon.
Please, so with mine, I can see the automation, the diligence. Hello, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Queen.
Yes, sir. So automation, diligence.
Okay, automation.
Yes, sir. Diligence.
What
Logical.
diligence?
Yes, sir. Logical.
Logical. Okay, computers
Yes,
are logical.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what again? Yes, Queen, what do you do?
Sir, please, I'm an immigration officer and an interior decorator as well.
Hey, immigration officer and interior decorator. Oh, okay, that's awesome. Where are you stationed?
I'm at the Legon Permit Office, opposite the law school, sir.
Okay, Legon. Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll be coming to campus tomorrow.
Okay, sir. I'll be on duty on Tuesday, sir.
Tuesday, no problem. I come to Legon every Monday at the GBC lecture hall.
Yes, sir. We are in the international building.
I know that place very well. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. That's good. Any other characteristics of computers? Yeah. So we've mentioned speed, accuracy, diligence. Computers do not get tired, so they don't lose concentration like human beings, even after working for a long time. Okay. So we've mentioned automation also. So as soon as you program computers, they can perform tasks automatically without continuous human intervention. What again? It's versatile. We mentioned computers can perform different tasks at the same time: calculations, document creation, gaming, communication, data analysis. And you can rely on computers because they can consistently perform the task, the same level and accuracy. And then computers are multitasking. Computers can handle multiple tasks or programs simultaneously at the same time: communication. They don't have a feeling. So these are all the characteristics, some of the characteristics of computers. You can also Google and get more of it, give us more of it. So tomorrow when we come, apart from what we have discussed, you will also be able to tell us more. All right. Then the other aspect of it is that computers evolved. Computers have evolved over time. The computers you are seeing now, that is not how they were even 10 years or 20 years ago. But computers have evolved. Initially, computers were huge, the room size, big computers. I was the project development manager, business development manager at Kofi Annan ICT Center. And at that time, when it came up first, I think 2004 or something, the Indians, they built it for Ghana. And they brought a computer, a very huge computer. We called it the main computer, mainframe computer, or something very, very, very big. People came from all over West Africa to even have a feel of it. So computers have come, room-sized computers using vacuum tubes. I don't know, you are very young, so probably even the television sets we have, they were using vacuum tubes. If you want to switch on your TV, you have to switch it on maybe around 3 o'clock or even 4 o'clock, so that you can start watching TV at 6. That was the computer, even television set that were being used. So today we are looking at ultra compact artificial intelligence driven systems on our palm. You can even have nano systems. So we've gone through a lot of breakthroughs from silicon and semiconductors, and computing power has grown. Now we are looking at computers performing more than calculations. into a global connectivity with the power of the internet. So there's a history. Evolution means the history, the various steps and stages that computers have gone through. We look into it. It has evolved from these mechanical devices now into intelligent digital systems. So there were first generation computers with vacuum tubes, and second generation computers using transistors, and then third generation with integrated circuits. Somewhere in the 1960s, we now had the fourth generation, which uses the microprocessors. And today, we are in the fifth generation. We are talking about artificial intelligence. I'm sure that there will be sixth generation and seventh generation as time to come. So from the 40s, 1940s through 50s, and now we are in the fifth generation and beyond, where artificial intelligence is going to be. There are certain characteristics of them. They were big when they started. It became smaller into the 50s, and then now we have third generation. The IBMs will come, and this is need to know. I mean, nobody's going to ask you all these, but you have to know. If you are going to discuss computers, then you have to know that what we see today is not what. Of course, there could be few questions on it, but that is not the focus of this discussion. We just have to know. Personal computers have come with Apple and IBM and all of these now, introducing the internet and many more. It is now currently, and then the fifth generation computers. So now computers are being used, voice recognition, parallel processing, cloud computing, quantum computing, and all of these. So modern AI models and quantum processors are now being utilized. Our phones are even more powerful than the biggest computers that were developed in the past. So these are the evolution nature of computers. Computers have, now we look at computer as a system. If you look at a computer as a system, then you are combining software, you are combining hardware. We just mentioned the definition of a computer as an electronic device that accepts data as input, processes these data into useful information, store the data for future use. So a computer must use these hardware and software to accept the data. I don't know about raw, data must be raw anyway. Accept data, you can forget about raw, and process the data into useful information, store this information, and produce specific output. So these interconnected elements, and a number of them are wearables. For Ghana, we have our own experience of wearables. You cannot forget when I did last year or early part of this year, I think a Russian guy came in with spectacles and did all that he did with our young ladies and recorded them and posted them online. So you see, wearables are also becoming a computer. Hitherto, you couldn't believe that somebody's pen, somebody's shirt button or watch or everything has now become, when you're coming to write examination, the school would not want you to use your watches because watches have now become computers. So these interconnected elements, from wearable to massive data centers, all work together to execute the instruction that the computer system makes up with. So there are key components of computers. To have a computer, it has to rely on some four primary elements to function effectively. A computer must have hardware, there must be a software, there must be data, and also there must be a user, the human aspect of it. Without these elements, there will be no computer. So what we can touch, what you can see, the part of the system that is physical, it is the hardware. So is it Steven said he was selling cement and iron rods and all of that. So that in another sense is hardware. So I have a hardware store, or he works with a hardware store. So when you're going to have building material, that are also hardware. So I mentioned that words are contextual in computers also, and you can't believe it. If you ask somebody to define a hardware, he'll come and tell you and give examples. He'll come and tell you hardware. Examples of hardware are like iron rods and cement and doors and all the wood and all of that. Come again?
Please, we can proceed.
Yeah, and he's right. I mean, if he says that, he's right. But he's right not in the context of discussing what the hardware should be. Because when you go to the building industry, these are the hardware they are using. So give examples of a hardware, and he'll give you examples as such. But it cannot suffice in this instance because you're looking at computer hardware. So the tangible physical part of the computer, the one that you can touch and see, there are several examples of it, the input devices, input-output devices like your mouse, your keyboard, your monitor, the internal also. So externally, we see the internal. Also, there are architectural CPU, that's the processing unit, the motherboard, the RAM, the hard drive. All these ones are part of the hardware. And then there's software as well. The computer cannot work without the software. So we can have all the hardware with it, but if you don't have a software, so these are the programs and systems that instruct. So they are programs, the software, the program that actually instruct the hardware what to do. So without the hardware, without the software, the hardware cannot work. The monitor cannot work. The keyboard cannot work. The keyboard, the communication link is enabled by the software. We have one that also helps us to perform specific tasks. So Zoom is a software. It is helping us to do our communication, teaching, and learning. The PowerPoint is an application software. It's helping us to be able to generate the text to teach. So these are and then we have the data. So the raw, unorganized data, information, the text, the messages, the images, the videos, these are all part that has to be processed. Like you go to grind your maize for banku. You just have to send it. It has to be, you cannot eat the maize raw, right? You have to grind it. So you take it to the grinding machines, and then they do that for you. That turning it into another. So you have the raw data, which is unorganized, your text, your numbers, all of this will be processed into organized formats, and that can be utilized. And then, of course, we have the liveware. So you have the software, hardware, liveware, and maybe if you like, the dataware as well. So liveware, these are the users, you and I, we control and interact with the computer to make decisions, the information that comes to make decisions. Okay, all right, thank you. What are some of the key components of a computer? What are the key components of a computer? MP has spoken. Josephine, you have not said a word today. Josephine Nako Agbe. I hope it's the right pronunciation of your name. Josephine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Josephine, yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Anything about you, Josephine? What do you do?
Please, I'm a police officer.
Oh, you're a police officer. Where are you stationed? Where's the station?
National FPU.
National what?
FPU.
At the training school?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's very close to us, eh?
Yes, sir.
You guys are doing well. A lot of you are taking up courses, Sally. If you don't do it, people will come from university and come and take your position. So it's good. Do it. When you finish, continue. Do your masters, and you put it down. One day, it will come. I know the challenges that you guys are facing, but Charlie, the best is to do it and put it down. All right, let's hear you. What did we talk about? The component. What are the five components of the five basic components of a computer?
The hardware, which is the
hardware,
part. The
software, the physical part,
yeah, the software.
The software, which are the instructions.
The
instructions and programs. And what the users, the liveware. Yeah. The liveware, the users. Then what again? And the data. Okay. All right. These are the types of the key components. Of course, there are other components, but the key components to say that this is a computer, all these must be present. All the others are discussed along these hardware, software, data, and then the user. All right. So whether it is an input device, it's an output device, it's a storage, it all would be part of the four that have been mentioned. But we said computer is an electronic device that processes data into meaningful information, store the data for future use. So the processing, it has to go through some activities, all right? So for a computer system to be able to operate, we have this input, process, output cycle. Input, process, output cycle. A process, what's a process? A set of activities that when it is followed logically, it can help us achieve a particular objective. So in general, every process would have some activities that have to be done. If you want to board a plane or you want to travel to London, you have to go through some procedure. You have to get a passport, you have to get a visa. Even to get a passport, you go through a process. You need to go online and apply. Apply online, pay your fees, go for your biometrics to be checked, take a picture, and then before the passport is released. So those activities are procedures, they are processes. And then you have to apply for a visa. You have to also go through application online, you pay the requisite fees, you go for an interview or they assess and then they give you the visa. Then you need to buy a ticket. That one also you go through a process. So anything and everything that you do, you have to go through a process to be here. You need to have applied. If you don't apply and you are home, no matter how you would think, no matter how you will pray, you still will not be able to, you still will not get admission unless you go through the process. So for computers to work, then it has to go through also a process, the input, and it has to be hierarchical. One must be done before the other. The input must be done before you can process this and then you can get an output. So that is the computer processing cycle. If you are inputting information, then the system will receive raw data using keyboards and typing or using your mouse or even speaking. Now we can speak. Whatever I'm doing now, I'm speaking through the computer, the laptop, and so if you take it raw data, process it, and you get to your end. So the distance it is traveling to wherever you are is also part of the process. So the input process, receiving data, and from external source. So I'm an external source, I'm a user, the keyboard and all of that, and take it through the procedure, the process. So we have a central processing unit, which is the CPU. That is where the process actually takes place. It executes the software instructions. So a software must instruct the computer, manipulate the data, interpret the data, and then it can also store. So this information will be held. If you are using the computer, we'll go into details, either the RAM or the ROM. It will be saved temporarily or permanently in the storage device for future use. Then you can also have an output. Without output, we can't know whether the process has even been successful. So there must be an output that show the results to the user. So this can be displayed on our monitor, on our screen if you are using a phone or anywhere that the information must get to. So these are the processing cycle, the information process or data processing cycle: input, process, and output. You can't miss that. Input, process, and output. What are the processing cycle of a computer? What's the processing cycle of a computer? Who has not spoken here? Pele, Josephine, Opoku. Opoku, Yes, Opoku, is Opoku here?
Yes, sir, Doc.
Okay, let's hear your Opoku. I hope you are paying attention.
Yes, sir.
What is the computer processing cycle? The computer processing cycle, what is it?
Okay, Doc. The main computer processing cycle is fetch.
Is what?
Yes, fetch. The CPU gets fetches the instructions, and it will decode it and execute and store the output in the memory.
Oh, you just mentioned something. You are taking us somewhere else. Okay, Justin. Computer processing cycle.
Sir, please,
Yeah, Justin, let's hear you. Yeah, go ahead with your question.
Okay, sir, please, I wanted to ask, with the processing, it's It's feedback part.
Feedback. Okay, information cycle has a feedback. Of course,
Okay.
there's feedback, but if you're looking at the process itself for the computer, you are storing, you are giving output. Output is a feedback. You have asked the computer to multiply 16 by 20, and then it gives you the results. That's a feedback, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yes, so the output is also a feedback. So the basic processing cycle, if you are asked for the computer processing cycle, it is called IPO, input, process, and output. All right?
Sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
So the basic process
sir.
cycle is a process cycle. The question is very clear. It's a process cycle, computer process cycle. Yes, Abraham, your mic is on. You want to say something? Josephine, you still have your hand up. You want to say something further?
You mentioned IPO, that is inputs, process, and output. And according to AI, we have also storage as well. So
yeah, well, I don't know what you see. The AI will respond to you in the form of your prompts.
yeah,
The type of prompt you give.
yeah.
So we are saying that the basic process cycle of a computer, the basic process cycle of a computer. What is the basic process cycle of a computer? Of course, within the input process output cycle, there are several other mini sub procedures, processes that you have to go through. Because if you look at the process alone, you have to go to the central processing unit. If you go to the central processing, a lot of activities will take place in the central processing unit. So if you're looking at the basic computer processing cycle, then that is the IPO, the input processing and then output. The input are the data and instruction that you enter into the computer. So you are going to use your keyboard, your mouse, your scanner, microphone. So a student will type. Then the computer processing unit will now process the input data according to instructions that are provided by the software. So you have arithmetic, logic unit. So you see the processing part alone has also gotten its own set of process, arithmetic logic unit that performs calculations and logical operations. And then you can have direct control unit also coordinating all the computer operated. There are registers, also. And then you come to the output. The output information will be presented to the user through the output device. So either it's a monitor, it's a printer, there are speakers, there are projectors, all of them will come. Of course, after you are done with the storage as well. But the storage is we are looking at the computer processing unit. The storage is part, but it has finished the processing. It is now going to store.
Okay.
Another level though, but there are several aspects of it. Another level of storing it. If you are storing, it's not processing it.
Okay.
We say computer processing. So even the storage, it is the output that will be stored.
Okay.
You understand?
So
the storage is part of the output. If there is no output, what is it going to store?
Yeah.
You get it?
Yes, please.
So yes, you can add the storage to it. But to me, I think that if you're looking at the basic computer processing cycle,
yes, please.
The data is outside of the computer at the time it start putting it in. Okay. Now, when you put it in, even when it is at the storage level, we can go and pick information from the storage, and also use it as data. Okay. All right. You can add data. Nobody takes it away. Store it to it if you want to. But basically, IPO. So you can add IPOS, where the data can be retrieved later. But if you are looking at the processing, and if I have outputs, and I'm going to store the outputs, this is the output I'm going to store, right?
Yes, please.
Is it okay? But you're not too far right if you want to add.
Yes, so please, let's say during exam and you ask the same question, we have to just mention the three, right?
Yes. I think that the three most important basic.
Okay.
If I add basic to it, then the three most important thing are the input, process, and output. Of course, if you add the stories to it, you don't take in. It doesn't take anything away from you. But if you're looking at basic processing of the computer processing, then that is it. Input output process. If you want to store, that's why. Because even sending the message to somebody else, the processing sending to somebody else is also part of it. Then you cannot end. But we are looking at the fundamental basic processing cycle. All right. So computers, I mean, we can't get everything. What we are doing is the foundational. So don't get too worked up. If you already know many of them, that is fine. But let's not get too. So you can say that foundational, fundamental concept of a computer. All right. Computers are machines. Computers understand machine language. Machine languages are in binary form. All right. So whatever you are putting into the computer, it only understands it as a digital level, digits. This is digital. So inside the computer, every word we say, everything you type would have to be converted into digits before the computer can understand. So even the words we are speaking right now to ourselves, they are in analog. Human beings, we speak analog. Our data is in analog. And analog are wavy. They don't stop. They are wavy. It's a continuous wave of word. That's why I want to mention foundational, I don't spell it. If we start speaking by spelling the words, I'm sure we will never finish talking. All right, before you finish this one, there's a lot of things that time has gone on. But the computers understand these things. So every computer has what we call an interpreter. So like somebody is speaking French and you don't understand French. So you have somebody interpreting English into French and French into English and all of that. That is what is within the computer. And it works in microseconds. Yes.
So please, under the processing cycles.
Yes.
The first point is input, and then under the input there's one example over there, which is typing on keyboards. And I want to ask, can we add audios as well? Because you see, with the audios,
can you add what?
The audios.
Oh yes, why not? I mean, there are a lot of things. In fact, for input, anyhow you audio is part of it. Video is part of it. Wherever, if you pick a camera in front of you and you are recording yourself, that's also input. If you record audio, that's also input. So how do you get the data? In fact, data comes in several forms. The audio is data, the text is data, the video is data. Even a whole sentence can also be data. In fact, information can also be data in a sense, because data is something that has not been processed, something that is unstructured, something that is not understandable. So if somebody enters this classroom and starts speaking, you don't understand and you need an interpreter, it is data. So long as it has to be explained to you, it is data. The person enters and starts speaking French and you don't understand French, it is data to you. Somebody else must convert it. Even when you have stored the information, if you need that information to do something else, that is also data. Right? You write exams. Look at the number of things you write in the exams. You write plenty. This information you have provided to me. Then I mark it. And then I give you a mark. And I say you got 80%. Then I give you A. A is an interpretation of the work that you have done, the test that you have written, which was information. Now it has been converted to A, which is now become data. Now we use your A, B, C, and A minus and B plus, which is also data. Now when you finish the university, when you complete the university, we tell you that data that you gave us from an information you provided for the various assignments and all of that, now turn again into data. Now turn again into information. You have a first class, you have a second upper or a second lower or a third class. That has also become data. You understand that first class is information to you because you understand. Everybody who understands the first class knows what you have gone through. So it is information. But that same information, first class, you give that first class to, you are going to do your master's. It becomes data to the next school, or you're going to use it to do for a job. It becomes data to the employers. Now they take a number of these data from various applicants and say that this is the person we are taking. We have analyzed the data of the applicant, and we think that Beatrice Ifa is the one that we must employ, or Abraham is the one that we must employ. So that has also formed data. So to be a data or to be an information is context specific. It is within the context that you are talking about. If somebody gave you 1,000 cedis, you have 1,000 cedis in your hand. Would you tell me that's data or information? You have the money, right? So now, if another person sends you another 1,000, you have 2,000. When you put all of them together, at the end of the day, what do you have in your mind? Now you're going to computer to come and add all the numbers that you have received, and you have one number. That number is an information to you because you can interpret it to mean the amount of money that you have received within a day or within a month. So it's an information to you. But that same information can also be data when you are using it to perform another thing. Do you get it? So don't get it twisted.
All right, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So we're looking at any other concerns, any other additions, subtractions. All right. So we're looking at some foundational concepts. A computer understands binary language. Binary languages are in zeros and ones. So for the computer, no matter the word, no matter the text or the video that you give, it only can understand it in zeros and ones. So these patterns will now translate into everything that the computer can handle. So from the keys that you press, the keyboard, the graphics that are displayed, all these are done with the zeros and ones. Even the video you give, the computer can understand them into zeros and ones. But there are logic, arithmetic logic, and those things to convert. There's an interpreter within the computer that turns these into the language and vice versa. A computer is a system. When we talk about system, you're looking at the different components, the different parts that the computer is able to manage. You have a system software. System software are the core software that manages the computer. So when a computer comes, it already has some software. If you buy a phone, there's already a software on it, whether it's an Android phone or is an Apple, iOS, whatever it is, there is a software on it. If you buy a computer, you can have a Microsoft Windows already on the computer. So the system software and application software. The system software are the ones that come with the computer. So the resources of your hardware, your keyboard, and even your software, your application software, they cannot work without the system software. So both must go hand in hand. A computer has two types of software: system software and then the application software. The application software are the ones that help the users to perform specific tasks. So we are using Zoom. Zoom is an application software. You are using PowerPoint. You are using Word. You are using Excel. You are using browsing. We go to Chrome. You are using Chrome. You are using all the things that you are using to help you to achieve your objective are called the application software. What are the two most important software of a computer? What are the two most important, the two general software of a computer? Who hasn't spoken? Sadia. Sadia, have you spoken? Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Sir, please, we can hear from you, sir.
We can hear you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so Sadia, why are you not responding? I don't want to get the impression that you come online and put the phone somewhere. And most students do that. They come online, they log in, and then they throw the phone somewhere. What are the two most important software? For this one, it always comes in the examination. What are the two software? Yeah, Josephine, your mic is on. You want to say something?
Please, system software and application software.
Very good. System software and application. You can't miss that. The system software, as the name implies, is the one that the system, the computer system, actually uses. Okay. All right. So we have looked at information, we have looked at data, we have looked at software, system software, and application software. Another component of a computer is the information technology. So computer forms part of an information technology. So there are several interrelated components that come with it. You have the hardware, the software, the data, the network, the people, the procedure. All of these are parts. So you see the first ones, all of this hardware, computer, data is a computer. So now what is left here is the people. And the computer is also working not by itself. There are procedures that it is using to work. Without a procedure, the computer cannot work. So together, these elements will form part of the what is called the information technology. In fact, when you bring people in there, the information technology with the procedures even become information system. So all of these are interrelated technologies. Unless you want to go into details, whether it's information technology, whether it's computer system or information system, they are all put in place together to support organizational activity. And what are some of the organizational activities? You're looking at communication, you're looking at data management, you're looking at decision making, you're looking at business operations. So if you have information technology, then you're looking at the use of computer systems. The use of computer systems, including the software, the network, the databases, to help you to process and distribute information. So every organization will have to communicate. You cannot be an organization without communicating. And you need to manage your data. You need to take decisions. You need to process your business. You need to have business process activities as well. So these are the tenets. You cannot discuss information, cannot develop computers without talking about information system, information technology, and the like of them. So there are several importance of information technology, which computers are playing very critical role. In fact, without computers, there are no information technology. All right. But computers are part of the entire spectrum of what is called information technology. So these are helping organizations to become successful. There are several benefits. If you use information technology, which computers are part of it, it will increase your productivity. No matter where you find yourself, increase productivity. It will help you to manage your communication better. It will improve even the decision making and then cost reduction. All of these put together will make you become competitive. So organizations are put together to have whatever you're in, somebody is also doing the same thing. How are you going to be competitive? So within your even within your organization, if you don't know how to use computers, you can have all the degrees, you can have all the ranks, you can be the best, but if you don't know how to use computers, you can't be competitive. These days, it's even moved away from having basic knowledge of computing to becoming AI certified. You need to be able to use artificial intelligence, because things that you will be taking 30 minutes to do, your boss has given you an assignment, bring a report, and you're not going to sit down. Yes, you know how to use computers and start typing and all of those things and going online to do research. Now, somebody who has knowledge about artificial intelligence, as soon as he says you bring it, within 5 minutes, he's finished. Because artificial intelligence is the one that is helping you to do it. All you need to do is to be able to create that the understand the prompt engineering. What type of prompt are you giving the artificial intelligence so that it can perform the task for you? So we have moved away. Initially in our time, my mother said you needed to know how to type. So to get a job, you have to know how to type. There is a government secretariat school at somewhere opposite the Morning Star. You should know how to type. Just knowing how to type would have given you, so how your speed of typing, 40 words per minute or 45 words per minute. When you go there, give you a typewriter. Now that is also gone, right? You don't even need to know how to type. You can now speak to the read the text to the computer, and it will convert all that into typing for you, right? So every generation and every has a particular thing to get to do to be successful. In this generation, it is not the ability to know computers alone. Of course, to know artificial intelligence, you must understand computers. So that's why this is important. Let's get our understanding of computers. And when we know the computers and how to use the computers, then we can move to the next step of using artificial intelligence. Okay, probably in level 200 or level 300, we'll be going into details in using artificial intelligence. So this is what the information technology, of which computers are the basic, the fundamental concepts to be able to help organizations create these benefits. Of course, apart from these benefits, there are also challenges. For positives and negatives, they go hand in hand. There are several types within organization that computers are used or information technologies are used. So we have transaction processing systems. These are the backbone, the daily operational activities. So like in the university, our first point of call, what is the university set up to do? Teaching and learning. So that's our transaction processing system. So we have learning management systems, we have the Moodle, we have this Zoom to do. So these are transaction processing systems. So they are the one that is requiring high volume of routine daily activities. So in the organization, the payroll, the billing, the point of sale activity, all of that, the university is not selling anything. So, and then we have the enterprise resource planning. So enterprise resource planning, you are now doing HR, you are doing HR. So a platform that can also integrate all the business functions together. So we have accounting, human resource, supply chain, procurement. All these are on the same platform. This is preventing data silos. What is a data silo? What is data silo? Remember, I said my class is very interactive. We all have to speak. And out of 18, only 13 of us are here. All right. What's a data silo? Vida says her network is giving her problem. Yeah, Felix. There's another Felix. There are two Felix, right? There's another Felix here. Oh. Okay, yeah, Felix Ophoria, Felix Ame Drubi. I hope it's right.
Sir,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
is the question again?
The question is, what is data silos?
Sir, they are isolated collection of data stored within an organization specific department.
Okay, within organization specific departments. Okay, well, so these are you know, you are in organization, one organization. Though you have computers, if the human resource department is collecting data, and the human resource department will collect it, the accounting will collect it, supply chain will collect it. They all are using data. So when you come to organization as a customer, and you buy something, when you buy, you provide your details, your name, your telephone number, your address, the company you're coming from, blah blah. You have to provide all these, and it will be captured. Then you are given an invoice. Probably they supply you the service or the item. Then the issue will go to accounting. Accounting calls you again. So somebody is keeping, the sales and marketing people are keeping your data on their computer. Then the accounting people also pick the same information you have provided on their computer. The supply chain. So you are giving the same information to several platforms. And that is called data redundancy. So we are duplicating the data. Data must be collected once. I always use Ghana, our data collection as an example. We are wasting so much money as a nation. Because if you take Ghana as a company, we are only about 40 million, maybe less than 40 million. We have National Insurance Authority collecting our data. So you go to them, they take your biometrics, they get your name, your phone number, your house address, your digital address. They take all that information from you and they store it in their database. The same country, one organization. So Ghana is one organization. Then National Health Insurance also calls upon you. Then you go, National Health Insurance. They take your name, they take your first name, second name, date of birth, they take your biometric, they take your picture, they save that information in a database. You go to the passport office, you go through the same process. You, the same person, nothing about you is changing. Meanwhile, we are storing your data in all these disparate and silo systems. That is data redundancy. That is duplication of data. And that defeats the need for even using the computer to start with. Because it was when we were doing writing them and keeping them in books. But this time, technology has increased so much that we need a centralized platform that integrates all these data into one. All right. So that in an organization, we call it enterprise resource planning. There are various examples of it. We'll get into details as we go along. All these have been enabled by computers. And then there are the customer relationship management as well. Customer relationship management that is designed to track all the customers' interaction. So you're managing the sales, your pipeline. Even the customer relationship management system can also be part of the integrated enterprise resource planning system. So yeah, the customer is there. You can have human information management system also, which is also compiling all the data in a structured form to help middle managers to monitor the performance. And then we have a decision support system platform. Now the MIS is giving the information to external market, and that they can help leaders of the organization to solve problems in an unstructured manner. And then we can have executive support system, high-level dashboard design for senior managers to be able to help forecast and track long-term strategic goals. So all these things are important. This is creating the digital transformation. Digital transformation means that whatever we were doing hitherto before, whatever we are doing before, now digitalization has helped us to move into integrating all the digital technology into all our business activity. So business activity like e-commerce, like cloud computing, like electronic procurement, digital payment system, electronic HRM, all of these are being enabled by the digital transformation. You cannot be in an organization if you are relying on just the computer. The computer, yes, it is fast, it can do this, but at the end of the day, your data must be shared. Data is important. Data is now the new oil. Like, it must be shared. It must be transformed into meaningful information and shared with organizational stakeholders. And this is why digital transformation is important. Any question, any addition, subtraction? Gabriel Kwesiapao, you haven't spoken in my class today. Is Gabriel here? I'm sure he just joined. Is Gabriel here?
Please, sorry for that. We will use the same link for the next lecture, which is starting in a few minutes. So there are other courses that have started connecting, but I asked them to stop so we can.
All right. Okay. So it's time, right?
Yes. 7 minutes more.
So we're closing at 3, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so then let's be wrapping up. I'm sure we cannot go to the next. We'll continue when we need the next time. All right. So any question? Where is Gabriel?
He's not part of us.
Okay. He's not part of us.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any question? You're using the same link. Wow, ICD, that was not with you the last time we had. There were different links for each course.
Yeah, this is a joint class. That's how come we.
Okay.
So.
All right. Are there any questions? There must be questions, so.
Let's say.
Yes.
So please, yes, the components of computer, can we classify the internet or the network and the software? Because the software is something that we cannot see or intangible. So can we classify the network or the internet?
We'll go there. If you want to classify network as what a software?
Yes, sir.
No, you may not be able to classify network as a software because network itself includes hardware and software. So we'll get there. We'll get to networking and all of that. The network itself cannot work without the software. So when you talk about network, we are looking at, yes, software is included and hardware is also included. Networking of computers, there are various types of network in computer systems. Now we have even moved from network to the internet. So will the internet be seen as software? Yes, a lot of components of the internet are software, but you cannot have the internet also without the hardware because your tower, the internet service providers are also using hardware. They are using computers, which is hardware, and then they are using the cables. If you go to the cell sites, the towers, MTN or Telecel or AT, they have towers. Those are hardware. You can see and you can type them. There are cables. There are data centers that are hardware that need to travel. There are cables that come. But the last mile to your computer may not have it. If you don't have a broadband, you may be using the data internet from the internet service provider. But if you have a broadband, they still have to draw from various sections to your house and then give you a point, a node that you connect your computer to. Or it even get there and then it now becomes wireless when it is in your home. So internet network also comprises both the software and then the hardware. Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So yes, we've looked at the basics of information systems. And today we have looked at our course outline, and we started the day with computers, objective of our study. And we may not be able to finish because our time is already out. We looked at computer as an electronic device that accepts data as input, processes these data according to a set of instructions, can store the data, and produce information for output. We looked at some characteristics of computers, including the speed, accuracy, automation, reliability, versatility, and storage capacity of information. We also look at evolution of computers. We said computers have spanned from various types, right from the first in the 40s to second generation. We are now in the fifth generation, which is involving artificial intelligence. So we are now using voice recognition, parallel processing, cloud computing, and quantum development. So all these modern AI models are also helping computers to become more powerful. Computers is a system. A system is a combination of hardware, software, and that accepts raw data and all of that. We've looked at computer, I've looked at some key components of computers: hardware, software, data, and then the liveware. There's a computer processing cycle, input, process, output, and now we are asked to add storage. Well, if you add it, that's not so bad, but it doesn't really add up to anything because output, we can only store what is the output, right? You can only store what is the output. And we look at all of these things, and we've seen that computer has binary. Computer is a binary system that accepts data in zeros and ones and can give data in zeros and ones. Yeah, there are some components of computers as well, information technology, and then it increases productivity. We look at various types of information systems, information technology, and now we are here. Next week, we're going to start with components of computers or components of types and components of computer system into more detail. All right, so thank you very much. If there are no questions and since your time is up, can somebody propose for the closure of the meeting? On behalf of the class, let's do that quickly so that we can move on. Abraham.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Abraham.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Fred Amankwa.
Yes, Dr. Boyima, I'm just wrapping up.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Doc.
Or just to
we
say
are clashing.
hello.
I have just 1 minute to wrap up.
Oh, that's
How are you
fine.
doing?
I just wanted to say hello.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm most obliged. Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
You're
So,
welcome.
Abraham, in the absence of any further discussion, would you propose for the closure of the class?
All right, sir.
On behalf of the class.
All right. So on behalf of the class, HRM, we propose a close to this lecture. Thank you very much for your time, and we really appreciate.
All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your lecture. Doc, thank you. I hope my time is up now. Enjoy your class and stay blessed. Bye for now.
All
So
right.
I'm logging out now. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. ICDE host or
Good
Abraham,
afternoon.
make me a
Good
co-host.
afternoon.
Abraham, change your, either you make me a host. Who is going to make me a co-host? ICDE, DCTU host or
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.